Hi there, it's Sandy Freshy, Human Design Specialist, and I just want to take a few moments to dispel a common misconception that people have about the white areas in their chart, in their human design chart. So let me show you what I'm talking about. If you have a human design chart that looks like this, if your design looks something like this, you'll notice that there are a lot of white areas on this chart. And we call these areas undefined. And on this particular chart, you'll notice that there are only two centers that are colored in or defined. So you may hear, if you're at the beginning of your human design journey, your human design exploration, you may hear that the colored in areas are areas where you have the consistent energy to function in the world. So when someone gets a chart like this and they come to me for a reading, what I hear a lot of times, and I can understand where this assumption comes from, when they look at their chart and they see all of this whiteness and they've heard that this is where they can consistently function, they'll tell me, or they'll really feel bad about themselves because they'll feel like their chart is telling them that they don't have any energy to function from. They don't have a lot to bring to other people. And a lot of times they've made a judgment that there's not a lot of substance to them, and nothing can be further from the truth. So I want to help you reframe the concepts or misconceptions about openness in your chart. And by the way, everybody, or just about everybody, has at least one energy center that's open or white, or a whole lot more. So you're not alone if you have an open chart, if you have open centers. There's nothing wrong with you. You don't have a weakness. In fact, you actually have a strength that people who are more defined don't have. And that strength is that you have, in these undefined areas, the unlimited potential to dance with the energies that come to you through other people, and also through the cosmos as the planets make their transits in the sky. So how cool is that? You have unlimited potential to dance with the forces of the universe and the energies around you. You take that energy in through these open areas, through all of these open areas, and you have the capacity and the potential to become extremely wise about how that energy can be used. So when people bring their definition to you, their defined areas that are depicted on their chart that you don't have on your chart, you're taking it in. You're actually taking it in a way where you feel it in an expanded way. It expands within you so that you get to know their energy in a very deep and intimate way. You get to know what that other person is about. You get to know what that energy is about. And often you can have a more refined understanding of it than the person who actually brought it to you, even though it's theirs, even though they experience it consistently. So you may have heard the term not self, which refers to these energy centers, these white centers, where you're taking that energy in, where you're dancing with the universe. And if you're not aware that this isn't your energy, you can mistake it for something that's actually a permanent part of you, a consistent part of you. And that's where the term not self comes in. It's a quick and easy way to understand that this is self. This is what you can count on. This is not self. If you've heard that term and you've kind of felt bad about yourself because you feel like maybe you're screwing up and you have this big weakness and this big flaw because you have these areas of potential not self, just throw that in the garbage with all of the other ideas about how all of this openness puts you at a disadvantage. And let's begin to shift your perception a bit. Let's look at these open areas as areas of unlimited potential. You have unlimited potential to dance with the forces of the energies around you. You are open. You are expansive. You have the capacity to be extremely flexible. You have the capacity to be receptive and open and able to receive from others. These are places of deep insight and empathy. And your insight, your wisdom, your empathy, your flexibility, your potential to dance with those who come into your energy field is a gift that you bring to the world. It's the substance that you bring to the world. So just take a deep breath and take that in, of how wonderful and beautiful it is to be so open. Now, I do want you to understand that these open areas where you have that potential to move energy through you and experience it in expansive ways doesn't mean that it's sustainable energy. It doesn't mean that it's consistent in you. So just be aware of that. Just remember that this energy comes from sources that come and go in your life. They come in and they go out. They come in and they go out. Just because your experience of it changes and is inconsistent and is unsustainable because it's not yours, it doesn't mean that it's a bad thing. We have so much judgment in our culture about inconsistency being a weakness. And in your case, inconsistency is actually a strength. So I want to encourage you to just release any judgments you have about how you must be consistent in your behaviors, in your life, and just allow yourself to open up, literally open up, and let energies come to you through others and ride and surf those energies that are there for the time that they're there, and then allow them to just go and leave when person or the influences that brought them to you move on. It really is a beautiful dance. It's a beautiful dance that you can enjoy and make the most of, and the way that you do that, the way that you can enjoy and ride through those energies is by first anchoring yourself in who you really are in your definition, and then by settling into what we call in human design your experiment of following your strategy for your energy type, which is really the way that you are designed to meet life in a healthy and balanced way. And then when you need to make a decision, you have, usually it's a cue, you have a decision-making authority, which is usually a cue from your body's wisdom that tells you that these are the right energies and the healthy energies to dance with that are beneficial for your journey. So you have that inside of you. You have a way of knowing which dance partners are really good for you. And it comes from understanding your decision-making authority. So follow your strategy. Listen to that decision-making authority when you need to make a decision, and enjoy the ride and the journey. So if you're interested in learning more about how you're designed to dance with the forces in your universe in a way that's empowering and supportive to who you really are, you're invited to come over to my website at sandyfreshy.com. And if you don't already have a copy of your human design chart, I would be happy to send that to you when you sign up for my Harmonious Work in Life Human Design Kit. And in that kit, you'll get a lot of resources to begin to get acquainted with your design and with human design in general, and to understand how unique and precious you really are, and how you can have less stress and more joy in your life and work. So I look forward to the opportunity to take a look at your chart very soon.